Well, that didn't sound good at all. You could hear that that is struggling to turn over. Definitely a very slow crank. Even though the engine did start, I think that there might be a problem with this battery. Hey, what's up YouTube? Dan the Fix-It Man. Got another quick video here for you. This is my daughter's 2007 Honda Accord, and the other day when I was working in the garage, she went to leave for work, and I noticed when she started the car, it struggled to turn over at first. It was a really slow crank. So of course I suspect that we might have a problem with this battery, or it might just be time to replace it. Before I do, I wanted to double check by doing a quick battery test, and so I thought I'd make a video here and show you how you can use this scan tool to test that battery and see if the battery indeed is bad and needs to be replaced, or see if we have another issue like with our charging system or a parasitic draw that would cause that battery to die. But let's go ahead and plug this in and I'll show you how it works. All right, so we're just gonna go down to the battery test on this 2007 Honda Accord with a 2.4 liter engine, and we want to do a battery test. Vehicle needs to be not moving, transmission in park or neutral, parking brake is on, and visually inspect the battery. If damaged or corroded, replace. I've already looked at the battery, it looks fine. So let's hit continue. Okay, so it says turn on the headlights. Hit continue. Now it does a little countdown here. Turn the lights off. Okay, they're off. Start the engine one time within 30 seconds. If you don't start the engine, the test cannot be performed. Still a weak start there. Well, there it is, battery status bad. We got to get a battery. Now, I also just want to double check and do an alternator test. So I'm going to hit that as well. It does want the engine running at a normal temperature, and it says start the engine and turn on your headlights. So let's turn them back on and hit continue. Okay, now we need to increase the speed above 2,000 RPM and hold it there until the countdown reaches 0. All right, turn the headlights off and throttle down to normal. So there you go, alternator status good, voltage 14.15, charging voltage within specification. Now I just want to confirm one more time and do that battery test again before I go buy a battery. So I'm turning the engine off. Turn on the headlights. Turn off headlights. Start the engine. Well, there it is, battery status bad, so we know that we do need a battery. I'm gonna pull out the old battery and then we'll put in a new one, and then we'll probably come back and test it with this scanner again, just to verify that everything is working properly. By the way, if you don't have a scan tool like this, I recommend you go get one. So let's go grab a battery and swap it out, and then we'll come back and retest it. Now these really aren't too dirty, but we're gonna wanna brush these clamps out really well before we connect them to the new battery. And that just hooks on either side. We'll set that up here. It's nice that the old one has a handle, makes it easier to carry. Looks like I bought this one at Walmart, a Everstart. And it's got a 3-year free replacement warranty, but this was December of 2020. So O'Reilly's a lot closer, and they have this same size in stock, and it's pretty inexpensive. So I'm gonna go grab one of those, turn this one in for the core, and we should be good to go. All right, well, we just picked up a new battery here. This is the Value Battery brand from O'Reilly. It looks like just a house brand. You know, it was the cheapest, that's why I went with it, but should be good to go. So let's go ahead and put this in the car, and then we'll run it through that same battery test and verify that this is a good battery. All right, that feels good. I'm just gonna clean these real quick with a wire brush before I put these clamps on the battery. Do the same with this one here. All right, that looks good. Let's get this hooked up. All right, we got the new battery in and it looks secure. I'm gonna jump in the car and start the engine real quick, and hopefully we'll notice a difference with how quickly it turns over compared to how slow it was turning over with the old battery. And then of course I'm gonna plug in that scan tool and do the same battery test and verify that this battery is good and that there aren't any other problems. Now, hopefully you could hear the difference there, but this definitely was turning over a lot quicker, started a lot stronger. At least it sounded better to me. But let's go verify that by plugging in that same scan tool, and we'll do the same battery test and verify that everything's good, and then we should be good to go. Get plugged back in here real quick. All right, now we just reconnected the scan tool, and I'm going to do that same battery test, but you can see right here that we do have some of the inspection and monitors flashing red because we disconnected the battery. Until we start it a few times and go through the drive cycles, those are going to stay on. But let's go to the main menu here, and let's go down, select that. This is our vehicle. All right, let's hit battery test. All right, let's hit continue. Turn on the headlights. Okay, they're on. Continue. Now here it's just going to count down for 20 seconds while those lights are on, and then it's going to have us turn the lights off and then start the car. Turn off headlights, they're off, continue, and now we need to start the car. And there you go. Battery status good. Well, that's all it was a bad battery, and really happy that I had this tool to help me figure that out. And I'm really happy that I figured it out ahead of time before getting that phone call, you know, from my daughter when she's stranded somewhere in the middle of the night, you know, a couple hours away. Hey, Dad, my car won't start. Now I do have a little portable jump starter in the trunk, and I recommend you carry those in all of your vehicles. And my daughter does know how to use it, and she has had to use that before, usually helping other people. And of course, if she got in a situation with a dead battery, she'd probably be okay and be able to get it started and get back home. But just to not have to get that call and not have to hassle with it, I'm really glad that I figured this out and went ahead and replaced that battery. By the way, on this scan tool, if you don't have one of these, I would recommend you pick one up. This is the Innova brand that I use. It's very reliable, it's easy to use, and it will save you a ton of hassle and headache trying to figure out what's wrong with your car. Now, that battery and alternator test is just one of the many tests that this tool can do. It can also do an all module scan. It also has bidirectional controls, and it can help you read and erase codes and really just troubleshoot and find out what's wrong with your car. You can also connect this to your phone via Bluetooth, and there's an app that has a step-by-step diagnostic repair guide similar to what a dealership would use. It'll walk you through the process of fixing your car, finding out what's wrong, what the code is, and what the possible solutions might be. It can even suggest a potential part that might be the cause of your problem. I hope you guys like this video. Please give it a thumbs up and subscribe if you don't mind. That does help me out. Now, when I went to get the battery, I noticed that they have this brand at O'Reilly. That's where I bought the battery today, but they also carry this at AutoZone and Napa. Or, of course, I'll get a link in the description where you can pick one of these up as well. Thanks so much for watching, and good luck.